not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome to In Life. For more information, contact Sunscape Boca at 561-680-3600 and let us help you embrace the beauty of aging well together.
Welcome to Age Well Together, brought to you by Sunscape of Boca Raton. Sunscape of Boca Raton is the new assisted and memory care community that opened up last year on Boca Rio Road. For more information and to schedule a tour, you can reach me, Lori Rolat, at 561-680-3600. My guest today is Emily Segal. Emily is the co-owner of the Estate Settlers, a senior move management company. As co-owner of the Estate Settlers, a family-owned and operated senior move management company, Emily executes all of the company's outreach, customer service, and social media marketing. Since joining the 14-year-old company in 2020, Emily is passionate about the quality of services that the Estate Settlers provide. Seeing firsthand the compassionate guidance and outstanding customer service that the Estate Settlers delivers has given Emily a greater appreciation for the importance of educating the senior community and their families about the benefits of hiring a senior move manager. Having her own personal experience with downsizing, selling off assets, and closing down her parents' home, Emily has the empathy and understanding to guide her clients through the process. Outside of work, Emily enjoys spending time with her husband of 36 years, her family, new grandson, Mazel Tov.
Thank you.
And her life with the 4 dogs. So Emily, welcome to Age Well Together.
Thank you for having me.
And congratulations on your new grandson.
My grandson, yes, he's 16 months old, and we have another one on the way. He's due in June.
Oh,
so we're very excited.
Exciting. So prior to your joining the company, a family-owned company, what were you doing?
I was working as running the customer service department for a bath and body company, and they were based in the UK. We had our offices here in our distribution center here in Del Rey. And unfortunately, they closed, or actually I should say, fortunately, they closed. And the distribution center here in the US, and my mother-in-law said, come and work with us and do outreach and just be the face of the company. And so that's what happened. In 2020, I joined forces with my mother-in-law and my husband. Mm-hmm. And since then, my mother-in-law has retired, and my husband and I own the company, and we're just running with it and enjoying everything that we can do to help seniors, and with the understanding, because we went through it.
So what is a senior move manager?
So a senior move manager is, we're professionals that help close down the family home. We coordinate the moves for the seniors into senior communities, independent living, assisted living, or memory care. We help with relocation, move coordination, and closing down the family home, like I said. My husband's a realtor, so we can also sell the home as well.
Which is important. So I know the benefits of using a senior move manager. Share with me how you describe it, and then we could talk more about how it really does help families take all the emotion out of it. This way they can really concentrate on where their loved one is going to.
Right. So basically, there are so many different aspects involved, a lot of moving parts.
When I have families that are coming into Sunscape, mm-hmm. and they're overwhelmed, what am I going to do? I've lived in my house for 40 years.
Right.
So what am I going to do? My 3,500 square foot house, now I'm moving into a 900 square foot apartment. I explain it to families that your service, where they will go in, because the families don't want to hear about every memory that is in their house. They've been through that, and they can't, it's a very emotional time for everybody. But I know that companies such as yours, the Estate Settlers, you help guide who's ever moving the older adult into a community such as Sunscape, and then you organize and you pack and you sort, organize, and pack.
Right.
And then on the other end, unpack, sort, and organize.
Right.
Did I get that
yes.
correct?
Yes. So it is a process. We understand that they have lived in their home for 30, 40, 50 years. So we work with the floor plan of the community like Sunscape. We help them to downsize, to see what will fit in their new home. Once they are ready to move, we coordinate the packing and the moving and the unpacking at the other end. Once they're settled into their new apartment, we then work with the families to see if they want any of the items in the home, and we will coordinate packing and shipping, and they could be anywhere in the country. We've shipped to Europe. So
wow.
Yeah, so we can ship anywhere. Once that's done, we then bring our buyers in. And these are buyers that we've worked with for 14 years since the business started. And they are liquidators. So they make a cash offer. We negotiate as high as we can because on our client's behalf. And once everything is sold, anything and everything, we work with art dealers, antique dealers, furniture buyers, tchotchke buyers. So she's called a smalls buyer, but she'll buy.
There's such a person as a tchotchke buyer.
Well, she's called a smalls buyer, but I call her a tchotchke buyer. So she buys all the smalls, even down to unexpired food in the pantry. We try to sell anything and everything. And then once we sell everything, we then clean out the home, clear everything out, leave it room clean, and if the house has already been on the market and has sold, it's ready for their walkthrough, or my husband can
do it himself.
Yeah, do it himself. We work with teams that can put it on the market, and so it's really full service. We do everything.
It sounds it. So tell me about it, without any names, just of a process that somebody was having a hard time wrapped down. How much time did you spend with that older adult, whether he, she, or they, in their home, really having a hard time letting go of anything.
Right.
And then making it happen for them and their families, where the outcome was, of course, I'm sure, such a relief and a peace of mind.
Right. So working with seniors, we've realized that the best time of day for them is early in the morning. And we try to do about 3 hours at a time if we're going to be going through each individual item. And it could take a couple of weeks, it could take a month. It's just however long it takes to make them feel comfortable about making the decision on whether or not they should take it or leave it, and again, it is a process. We don't do anything, we don't dispose of anything or sell anything with them in the home.
Smart.
Yes, once they're moved in, that's when the rest of the process starts. So.
Have you found that, I know that for me, and I'm the marketing director, I know that I have this one resident that moved in. She told me today it was the best thing she ever did. Even though she was fairly independent, she had a card game on Wednesday. That was the only time she ever got out. And here she is spending she's never ever in her apartment. And it's wonderful, and it's selfish, but it's still wonderful to see that, this older population that have lived such well-lived lives, they're now having another opportunity to be engaged and be social and really not, be at home isolated.
Right, and I think isolation is the worst because it brings on memory issues. You really need to socialize and take advantage of what the communities have to offer. And the activities and just the people watching, just engaging, or just watching and eating meals with people rather than by yourself.
Right. It's detrimental
It's
to
much
anybody.
healthier.
Absolutely. Why would somebody pick a senior move manager and just not a U-Haul?
So, okay. So the difference between movers, I'm assuming you're asking. So movers, basically, they just move. They pack you, move you, and unpack you at the other end. We facilitate everything. We work with you from beginning to end, make sure that everything is packed safely, moved, or shipped, unpacked. We don't leave you at the end. If you need us afterwards, we'll hang pictures. I know my husband had to go and fix somebody's closet. It came off the track, so they called him to come and fix something. We try to make them as comfortable and make them at home so that, I mean, this is where they're going to live for the rest of their life.
Do you offer services after they've moved in, like if they need a week or 2 weeks, a month, can they call you? But like I guess they just did, right?
Sure.
With what happened with the closet. When does your job end with that client?
It really doesn't. I mean, even though they move in, it doesn't mean that we say goodbye. I mean, if I'm in a community for a meeting or to see somebody, I'll go visit them. We keep tabs or we check in, you know. We don't just say goodbye and leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
In your bio, it says that you're responsible for the community outreach. So 2020 was the pandemic. There couldn't have been a lot of outreach.
Right.
And I know that this is how you and I met. We met through a lot of outreach, and I'm part of the chamber as well. There's a lot here in the community, not just in Boca, but in Palm Springs as well. How did you find it during the year 2020, when it must have been really hard to get in front of people, to where you are now, and how is it that you do spend your days?
So during 2020, during COVID, I was Zoom calling all the time. I was on meeting after meeting, network meeting after network meeting all the time, and then following up and just doing one-on-one Zoom calls with people that I met on the large networking sites.
Where did you know where to begin?
Well, because my husband was with the company, you know, he was there. So he said, you have to reach out to this one, you have to reach out to this one, you know, let's get on these calls and these meetings. And I think it was the best thing, because then once everything opened up and we were allowed to go out and see people and hug and, you know, shake hands and get to know each other, it was just really nice to see that it's a big community, but it's a small community. Everybody knows each other. We were just talking about who's here and who's there, and everybody was just very welcoming. And I try to go to as many networking groups as I can and help people and be a resource for people, both business to business and business to consumer.
I feel the same way, and so I'm originally from New York, and then I was doing this in California for 7 years, and I say this to everybody, I've never experienced the sense of community as I have here.
Yep.
And as big as it is, it's not that big at all. And I'm inspired that we all truly and sincerely want to see people succeed.
Yep.
And we all, again, sincerely say, how can I help you? And it's very cool.
It is.
It's very cool. There's a sense of community here that I have not experienced anywhere else.
And what's great about the community is that I reached out to people and having the resources that I used personally for my parents. They needed home health care. They needed somebody to help find a place for them to live. We did the clean out, of course, and downsizing, and moved my dad after my mom passed away. So we understand what our clients are going through, and we hold their hand through the process. And I'm able to reach out to friends and people that I've met, and just, you know, for help for myself or help for people that I know. And I love that.
I love it too, and it's so valuable for everybody, especially now our generation, where we do have aging parents, that we now know what's out there.
Right.
Because when I started this, I had no idea any of this existed, and we were scratching our heads on how to help my then 98-year-old grandmother.
Right.
Had a community like Sunscape existed, or people to share about it, we would have had a different experience.
Right, and that there are people that can help you, that are placement people that can help you find a community like Sunscape. And it's a free business, you know, it's a free service. They get paid by the community, but it's a free service to the families. Or that nobody even knows that there's a business like mine that can help with the downsizing and the clean out and everything.
So that brings me to actually a really good question, right? So how, unless somebody's like hearing about it from me, if they're looking into a community and they're moving, their mom, dad, or grandma, what should they look for? I mean, now everybody will know to go to the estate settlers, but how do people find you?
So we have a very strong Google presence.
Okay.
We work very hard on the search engine optimization. So we really get a lot of calls off of Google. Word of mouth, just your reputation I do a lot of posting on social media. So every day you'll see something from us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Okay.
Every day but Sunday. So whether it be an article or a link to an article or something like, just an ad or something that I put together.
For more
every day
information.
For more information.
And why not Sunday?
I don't know. Sunday, I don't know why. Maybe I should start. But it's nice. I know it's working because I'll introduce myself at a meeting and somebody say, oh, I know you. I think I saw you on Facebook or something. So I know it's working. So I do a lot on social media too.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
the power of social media.
It really is.
That you haven't met anybody walking in, but they've seen
Yes.
you or what you've posted, and you're sharing information as you get it, as we'd like to do also.
Right.
So now let's talk about the cost of and the difference between using a senior move manager, such as the estate settlers, or regular movers.
Okay.
And what do you have to outsource, if that makes any sense what I'm asking?
Right. So, so we offer the first free consultation. So my husband will go out and meet with the client and take a look around and see if he thinks that our buyers would have interest in any of the items. And he would also give them an idea of how much a clean out would be. So that's a free consultation. And then should they decide to hire us, we get a deposit, a non-refundable deposit, and then we get paid by the hour to meet the buyers at the home, and we get a commission off of whatever is sold. And then there's a separate clean out price. And I know it sounds crazy and it sounds like a lot, but any money that has gotten from the sale of the items helps to offset some of the cost of the clean out. So we like to do the clean out. If it's just to buy items or have our buyers buy the items, it really doesn't pay. We're not buyers. It wouldn't pay because of the pricing structure. But to help offset the cost of the clean out, then it makes sense.
Okay, it does.
Yes.
And we'll talk more when we come back. I'm Lori Rolat. I'm at Age Well Together, sponsored by Sunscape of Boca Raton. We're the new assisted and memory care community, and you can reach us at 561-680-3600. Be back soon.
Discover a vibrant oasis where comfort meets exceptional care. Whether you're seeking assisted living or memory care, our dedicated team is here to provide compassionate support and enriching experience for you or your loved ones. Join our Sunscape family and experience a new chapter of life filled with care, connection, and cherished moments. Schedule a tour today to see our beautifully designed community and learn more about how we can tailor our services to meet your needs. Your new adventure awaits at Sunscape Boca Raton. We're easy to reach and eager to answer any questions you may have about your future at Sunscape. Please call us at 561-680-3600 to make an appointment in person or virtually through FaceTime, Zoom, or Skype. We are located at 22501 Boca Rio Road and hope you'll be as excited as we are to see every side of you shine at Sunscape.
Now, let's dive back into the show and continue our journey toward a healthier and more enriching life. Stay tuned and let's age well together. For more details, contact Sunscape Boca at 561-680-3600 or sunscapebocaraton.com. And now back to the show.
Welcome back to Age Well Together. I'm Lori Rolat. I'm the Director of Marketing at Sunscape of Boca Raton. We are the new assisted and memory care community on Boca Rio Road, And you can reach us and schedule a tour at 561-680-3600. I'm here today with my guest, Emily Segal, co-owner of the Estate Settlers, a senior move management company. We were just discussing what that means, and you just shared with me to help the adult child that doesn't live in the area,
Right.
even if somebody moves in and they pass away. So tell me about how you can help families in that way.
Right. So most of our clients, we're usually hired by the children and they live out of state. So we step in, we work through FaceTime and texting, and we take care of everything. So we help with them moving into the senior community. And then on the flip side, if unfortunately they pass away, the children don't have to come down and deal with whatever's left in the home and get out of the apartment by a certain day and time. We take care of it. We'll clean it out. We'll return the keys back to the community, and they don't have to worry about a thing. They just take care of their grieving process and leave everything else to us. And if they want any of the items that are still in the apartment, then we can ship them to them too.
That must be such a huge help on that end
Right.
as well. So it really is, I mean, talk about full service.
Right.
What about doing the move with an adult child that's not in the state also? I mean, are you able to, in addition to set up their new living arrangement, do the walkthrough with them prior and then after to make sure that everything is in place how they would want it for their loved one?
Yes. So like we said before, they don't have to come down if they can't make it. We work through FaceTime and texting, so we can walk through the apartment, decide what's going to the new home of their parents, ship whatever we need to. We make piles. We do that. And then once everything is cleared out, we'll send them pictures.
Okay.
So they know what's going on every step of the way. We tell them when we're going to be there, who we're meeting, not to worry. If we have a window from our buyer, we're not going to sit there from 10 to 2 and rack up the bill. We're going to get more of a closer ETA, get there within 10 minutes, work with the buyer, and leave. And we will text our client and let them know we just met and we're leaving now. This is the offer. Here's pictures of what they want. And we just make it easy. They don't have to worry. They don't have to worry about a thing.
It's such a great service. I tell families also, it's worth every single penny. Because again, sitting with, mom or dad or grandma, going over every little thing is just exhausting. Emily, I want to thank you for coming.
Sure.
Where can people reach you?
So I can be reached at 561-207-7654 or Emily@theestatesettlers.com.
Thank you. And I'm Lori Rolat. I'm the marketing director at Sunscape of Boca Raton. We're sponsoring this new show, Age Well Together. And you can reach us at 561-680-3600. Have a great day. Thank you, Emily.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us today on Age Well Together, brought to you by Sunscape Boca Raton. We've delved into the essential topics that matter to families as their loved ones step into the next chapter of life within a secure, picturesque, and engaging living community. Take the next step towards a vibrant and fulfilling life. Until next time, stay tuned and age well together.